Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well and fantastic. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Guys, this is going to be your weekly read from February 19th to the 25th. This will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. Cross watcher, if that is you, welcome to the channel as well. Discern the messages, reverse the roles. That would have been the cat. He's wired. Kid's wired. Like, it's a day off from school, so bear with me. I'm a little late getting this out probably when it's finally uploaded. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope your weekend went well. I just want to say thank you to all of the likes, the shares, the subscribes, the comments, the booking of personal readings, the donations to the channel. You guys are absolutely awesome, and I appreciate all of you for all of your love and support, so thank you on that note. So Aries, we're going to run straight through. I'm planning on just running these the whole way through, but if you see a part 1 and a part 2, I've split them in half, okay? So just keep a heads up for that. Aries, I'm going to get rolling here. 108. All right, so let's see what's going on, you guys, in your energy this week. I can't talk. Here we go. All right, Aries. And the cat's scratching. Great. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. There was so much ruckus for a second. I was like, I'm not doing this at this moment. Okay, let's try this again, Aries. All right, Spirit, for Aries this week, what does Aries need to know for the week of February 19th through the 25th? Sun, Moon, rising in your Venus. Creation and self-trust. 11 and 6, Aries. Something could be coming up from the past, and this is about you understanding this week where you are evolving to, okay? So let's see, Aries, February 19th to the 25th. Dynamism, freedom, and catalyst. Look, there's a new change, and here's the thing, Aries, if you guys have been in a space where you're feeling a little I don't want to say dependent, but out of sorts. Sorry, I'm adjusting the light there. It's too bright. Not dependent, but like, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's like you're starting to recognize parts of your life that can evolve, or things that can shift, and things that can change. What is it that is within your grasp this week? And there is something, and Spirit is saying for all of you. So that's a nice energy to be in, that there's something that is creating potential. It's right within your reach. You see the Spirit's calling it abundance of what the potential of particular situations are for you. But Spirit just said it's also about swallowing your pride. So I'm not sure, adjacent possibilities and indecision. So Aries, this is kind of like a struggle of the past self and moving into the new self, or the potential possibilities, the potential, right? There's so many doors that this, you could operate through under adjacent possibilities, and then your desires, and speaking on your desires and having the strength to do so, but releasing the attachments of the past. So it's like you almost could feel a little bit of internal conflict this week too, Aries, around doing something new or differently than what you used to. An 8 is things coming back around. 6, I see that as past life connections. We see that sometimes as people coming, back into our lives, stuff like that. It doesn't have to be. But what I will say to this is it's presenting a new front. And the one thing about this card is, as I say this, there are 2 doors here that have not been opened. Everything else has been looked at, examined. You've walked through those gates. There's a few things, a few stones that have been left unturned, Aries. And I feel like this week you're trying to figure out what those things are for you. So let's do a little bit of clarifying here. Ace of Cups on the bottom when I started shuffling. December, they're bringing my attention to the month of December. I think the point of December was to close out a major cycle for yourself. whether it was tied to backstab, betrayal, or whatever it might have been. But it was very important that you started to regain control of your life after probably a tower moment of some sort, where there was like an awareness that maybe the things that you had done or were doing in the past were not serving you. Again, there's this potential. I do see this this Page of Wands. I want to say Ace of Wands, in a better light than I see some of them. There's a potential. There's an olive branch that's being extended. There's potential growth in that, right? The pages are also messengers. So, you know, there could have been a new opportunity for change during that time. And I'm going to say, in the past 2 months, and I might sneeze, so confirmation of the same there. Oh, goodness, excuse me. I've watched a lot of the signs dealing with stuff like right around the end of the year of 2023 it was like you could start to trailblaze a new path. You could start to see things differently. You could have been closing out cycles. But, you know, and the other time marker Spirit's talking about too is April. And actually it would be March, but that's the beginning of the new zodiac calendar year, right, too. So it's like you could be caught between the worlds of the ethereal realm of new beginnings or a new year, and then that of the actual physical ending of the year as we see it in human time, right? So there's something around that, and I'm not quite sure, and you know, but it's also your season talking about Aries. So you've got Taurus and Libra here with the Empress as well. Adjacent possibilities where you're extending your love to. I feel like that's been a big challenge, Aries, for some time for you guys. But this is seeing things beneath the surface is what Spirit is saying. So it's going to be a real interesting week. It's really like examining the possibilities. And I talked about the potential. The Devil, the Eight of Swords, Aries, and the Magician. You cannot approach whatever this new situation is with the old mindset. Because whatever you're dealing with, whomever you're dealing with, it's like it could go 1,000 different ways. And you're thinking about it on old structures and belief systems with the Hierophant there. You could be dealing with somebody. Here you go. The Hierophant and the Queen of Wands. Very psychic, very spiritual, very aware. Somebody here, talk about that potential. What's behind that? The Seven of Cups. So, you know, again, all of those possibilities. And then with this Devil, you've got the Nine of Cups. This isn't, you know, that to me is like instant gratification, fulfillment right there in that second. This is going to take some time for you. Whatever this situation is for you is going to take some time for it to manifest correctly. So just be aware of that. It is so noisy for a Monday. I am so sorry for all the background noise. Oh my goodness. You can tell that spring is coming and everybody starts getting out and doing more and it gets crazy. Passion and karmic relationships. There could be a soul tie here, guys. You know, talking about this indecision, there's something. It doesn't matter if it's your work, your love. It doesn't matter what it is. There is something here of an equal interest that you're beginning to understand. And I think that this is like a bit of a new thing, as we had the 10 there from before. And the Magician being the 1. But this is going to be about you undoing an old perception that requires you to do more of yourself. You know, not do more, but do more for yourself. Okay? They keep going adjacent possibilities. And that really could be where your energy is going. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going to happen here. I say that, right? Seduction, attraction, teasing, hooking up and date, third-party temptation. That's the old way of doing things, Aries. There's something about that. And it could just be like what gives you attention. How you received attention before. And then there's making healthier choices. Somebody here is kind of caught up in this 3D physical world, as I call it here, as we are and we exist. The worldly view of it all. And then there's someone here that's trying to make choices, healthy choices. And there could be a lot of talking, soulmate energy, shock. This epiphany, as it will become in due time, it's almost like sticking your finger in an electrical socket and going, shit, I didn't know that would do that, right? This is going to require time, patience, energy, attention, and new viewpoints for you. There's no other way to slice it. All right? No other way to slice it. You've got toxic patterns, Aries. And it's a lot around the communication with other people in general. That's going to have to change. Okay? All right, Taurus. Taurus. Let's clean these up. I don't want to run these too long. All right, Taurus. Let's see what's going on for you February 19th through the 25th. I think the pollen count is going up as I sniffle. All right, Taurus. And what's happening for Taurus the 19th through the 25th of February, please, Spirit? What does Taurus need to? Oh, something was jumping. I just heard fish out of water and healing. Taurus. Change. Taurus, I say this often. Nobody's coming to rescue you. I will say also, there's a lot of duality here with this change in this Gemini card. You could be dealing with the Gemini. It doesn't have to be. One's going one way, one's going the other. Now, this could be a split off in energies with people. This can also be a separation of the self. This could be like you recognizing parts of you that I'm going to say almost disgust you. It's almost like living with some regret or a loss of, why did I do that? Why didn't I do better? And it's like you're seeing yourself as like almost a third party. There is this one side of you, there is this other side of you, and they're both like maybe a positive shadow and a negative shadow, and then there's your physical body and mind, and it's like, where do I fit? It's a very interesting energy the way this comes in, Taurus. Because I don't think you know where you fit right now. Rest and rejuvenation contract. There's, and then the root chakra, deceit. You know, I look at this, and this rest and rejuvenation is very angelic. The root, to ground yourself, Taurus, you are an earth sign, right? The deceit, and then it's like that deceit leans into that devil energy, the toxic things, or just the illusions that we tell ourselves are, you know, illusions of grandeur of who we think we are or what we're doing. Taurus, I feel like you're starting to realize parts of yourself that are not serving your higher purpose, and it's almost like you're trying to disconnect to take a third-party perspective in your own self to address these things. It's like the contract that you have with yourself. What are you doing? And that's how it feels. This change too, again, could be when it comes to other people. If you feel like they've taken from your foundations, if they've disrupted your security or what it is you know of yourself. Like, I feel like you're taking a time out this week for yourself because you don't want to take a look at the partnerships. There comes the Three of Swords and the Two of Cups. You don't want to look at those partnerships that have created conflict. There's something, listen, there is, the Lord knows that I do not love talking about past relationships and past people. But when it comes up, this is like the key factor to why you're in this energy right now. Spirit is also saying a reconciliation that you don't want to have to make. Whether this is to yourself or to another person. You've got the Two of Cups and the Three of Swords with this rest and rejuvenation. You, at some point here, Taurus, and potentially in the last 19 months, got put on a massive timeout. And this Lovers in the reverse, the Seven of Wands underneath with the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Swords. It was like, it could have been the biggest betrayal, either to you or something that you have done to someone else, that has created this moment in time. Like for some of you, I almost feel like karmic situations are just now catching up. So, you know, you're going to know better in your life than I do, right? But that's how it's coming through. And there's a truth. Like I said, it may be taking a while to catch up, and there it is. There's an acknowledgement here. There is a truth in this. This is clarity and the insight of this Lover's card in the reverse. That it was meant to, it's like whatever this was, you've got the Five of Wands, the Tower, the Four of Swords, the Emperor, the Two of Swords. You may just now, after some time, be truly realizing the impact that a previous situation either should have had on you and is now happening, or the impact that it actually did make during that period of time and how it affects you today. And I think that it's bringing you to this crossroads energy. You know, what I find to be crazy is this contract card, she's got the blindfold on. Okay, and then you take a look at this card, Two of Swords, she's got the blindfold on. This is not wanting to see things for what they truly are. It's like almost like an injustice, Taurus, but it's like an injustice of the self. I don't think that anybody else has done this to you. This is soul's work that is trying to show you this so you don't repeat things, or it helps you heal. Phoenix and a girl with a snake, a new phase rekindled, renew, growth, changed mind, rise from the ashes. Charmed or used, enabled boundaries. Not today. And that Seven of Wands is a boundary, right? You could have, like I said, it was like the ultimate betrayal, right? Being used or whatever this was for you. Like all of a sudden this is being brought up again. And Spirit said it's going to be again and again and again and again until you're willing to look at this and take that blindfold off. So what is it's on this side of it, Spirit? This has to do with your ability to commit to things, Taurus, for the long haul. If you want something for the long haul, you want something to significantly change in your life, so you never repeat a pattern. Spirit is saying of two, whatever that means for you. You have to be willing to understand why you don't commit yourself to things. What is the fear attached to that commitment? Because you go back to this isolation of the rest and rejuvenation. It doesn't feel like he's resting to me. It feels like he is just going, I need to be alone. And this is the way that you've done that. And now the memories of that are coming into sight of why this split off occurred. Again, and I want to say to most of you, it has to do with another person of a past separation. And now it's separating those pieces of yourself this week. Why these are coming in the way they are, I don't know. I did Pisces reading yesterday for mid-February. And the energy changed from something very beautiful to Three of Swords kind of shit. So, I don't know. The full moon's coming up. So this could be a good time to release things that are not serving you. All right, Gemini. All right, Gemini, what's going on for you guys? February 19th through the 25th. February 19th through the 25th. Gemini. What's going on for Gemini this week, Spirit? What's going on for Gemini? Consequences. Justice and Catalyst. Oh my gosh. What is happening in the world? What is happening in the ethers this week? Holy Toledo. Big major cards. I was going to use a different deck, and Spirit's like, no. You go back to this one. So I did. And the energy is just boom. Like, make wise, emotional decisions, Gemini, this week. Because what you do now is going to affect you long term. And they're talking, I just seen that for Aries, the self-trust card. you are, here's the thing, you're in a good energy, but it's like you're so close to biting into something. You're so close to just taking that flying leap. But it's like you stop yourself with this Justice card, Virgo energy, and say, is this what I should be doing? Like, you're really discerning it, and you're like, I'm going back to the sense of self. It's like you're able to emotionally, which is really unique for you, Gemini, because usually I see you guys kind of weighing back and forth in that duality. But you're going back to what you know. There's that air sign, right? There's that mental way of being. It's almost like you're being very strategic in your moves of whatever is happening, but there is something coming in here to shake up your world. And this catalyst, that's water, Hydra, 5th chakra, and the Angel of Strength. These cards, I wanted one card for every sign, and I'm getting 2 and 3. 5th chakra, our throat, our communication. I just said about that, right? That there you are. You are braving every situation that comes up with understanding that it could all go really good or it could all go really south. But it's like Spirit is guiding you to enforce this change, Gemini, to fiercely just go after what it is that you want. But I also feel like you're getting as much fact as you can to something or situations, and then going from there to, it's like before you make a final judgment call, you're gathering all this information. And I feel like it's something that you have worked on for a while. The 8 of Pentacles coming out sideways, though, you don't want things to affect your stability anymore. Justice card, that's the 2nd time. Now, you could be dealing with a Libra, Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I see that more so as Virgo, which I think, wasn't that what just came out too? Was that Virgo? I think it was. Yeah, Justice is Virgo. So Libra and Virgo season could be very important to you emotionally. This could be Spirit is saying a move. Like, whatever you're doing now is going to affect you come that time somehow. In relation to your stability, your foundational energy, right? And the 3 of Swords sitting on the bottom, 2 of Cups. You're not going to allow other people to come in and disappoint you anymore. And I kind of feel like that's what you're ruling on right now too, Gemini, is keeping things balanced for yourself. So I like that energy for you all. I don't think it's a bad one. But again, your 4 Cups, I'm almost seeing it differently, like examining all your possibilities one thing at a time. I don't feel like it's a boredom or a complacency, or I don't want to see, I feel like you're like, oh, wait a minute, I need to take the time to look at this one, then I need to take time to look at this one, and then this one, and then I'll get to this one too. So it's like you're working through, you're planting the seeds as you handle each situation, positive upswing here. So I do like this for you. It's just the way the energy is coming through is not in that typical Gemini fashion. It's a little bit different. What's the advice here, Spirit? Wedding rings. There's a shit ton of energy about the commitments that you guys are making right now. And I talked about this at the beginning of the year. Partnerships. This year is going to focus. Last year was all about the self. This year is how we view our partnerships now that we've done some self-work and healing. So it's like, you know, you're taking your time before you make that big leap on something here. What is happiness and joy, playfulness, enjoying each other, honeymoon phase, twin flames, soulmates, sunglasses, watching, perception, and looking. Again, it's like you're really examining everything as it comes in. You're having fun with it. You're in the flow of the energy. You're addressing soulmates. Like, there may be a massive realization around the soulmates that you have in your life, what they actually mean to you, why they're there for you. Or why they're showing up, not why they're there for you, but why they're showing up for you at this time, and recognizing that this is going to affect your emotions by the time that Virgo and Libra season come around. So you're looking at what, like mid-August to mid-October. So that's going to be a very, very important time frame for you guys. But it's like this is that week where this starts to transpire. Okay. Cancer. All right, Cancer. Let's see what you all have going on. I'm hoping to get your reading out today. We'll see, since there's no school. But if not, tomorrow it is. Scorpius, Retribution, Bond, Pisces. A lot of water energy. Cancer, you can be, Spirit is saying, securing yourself out of this sense of retribution. Not, this is not you seeking retribution. This is a space of acceptance, Spirit is calling it. That, you know, if you want to look at it in the sense of like getting retribution, you being able to face your emotions is retribution for something or someone else. Because it's kind of like this bond is like somebody was kind of holding you up in a situation. As I say that, walking away in Goddess of the Moon, carrying connections. You learning to excel in new connections and trusting is, it's like someone else doesn't want to see you do those things. Because you maybe left a situation, chose to walk away from a situation, seeking personal healing and balance. And by you shifting into this energy and doing this, it's like the one thing that they didn't want you to do. That burns them. 4 of Cups. Spirit just said complacency. This walking away was the best thing you could have done. Wheel of Fortune. There is a lesson, a cycle completion, and 7 of Pentacles comes out with that Goddess of the Moon too. Overlapping energy from Gemini to you guys. You're waiting for your investments to take shape and harvest themselves. Just keep working, as much as that is a pentacle. Keep working on your emotions through this and whomever you're bonding with, because it's like you have new things coming up with this Goddess of the Moon. It's going to take some time for, and go, Spirit saying, go after it aggressively. If that's what you want to do, get into it. But I also feel, I talk about that retribution too, this Knight of Swords is looking back to the past and going, I'm still angry with you or a situation or the way you've behaved or the way you've affected my life, but I'm ready to move on into new loving connections, strong foundations, the distant horizons. Like, I'm looking forward to what comes next because I'm laying down the burdens of this situation. So it's like, again, it's one of those, like, the best thing you can do if you want, like, you know, want karma to bite somebody in the ass, you just do you and excel in life. And that's kind of what this is. All right, Cancer, love. New love. Listen, your new partnerships, and it doesn't have to be romantic. It is guiding the way for you moving forward, and you're in the process. Sabotage and rebuild, persistence, working on it, repairing. You're in the process of preparing yourself on an emotional plane. That 7 of Pentacles, that Knight of Swords is like, again, going after it, right? You can't build a house if you're not working on it and not, you know, hammering those nails and putting your grunt effort into getting things accomplished. And it's in the process of this, it's separating you from past indecisions and past heartbreak. So feel that love, feel it vibing, feel it coming through for you. It's your time to shine, Cancer. It's finally time, Spirit is saying. All right, Leo, 2909. That was simple. All right, Leo. All right. I hope you guys are doing well. All right, Leo, let's see what's going on for you. Oh, geez. Compassion and distraction. Rescue, oh God. Leo, why? Do not, all these numbers break down to 3, one way or another. Do not play victim. Do not let other things come in and muddle your mind. Do not seek for other people to save you. Don't look for that knight in shining armor to come in and sweep you off your feet. I'm going to be a bubble buster because it's not going to happen. You know this. If you are in that energy when it comes to meeting somebody new or getting involved with something, it is a toxic energy and it is not for you. You need to keep your focus. I feel like your focus is shooting out in 1,000 different ways and you're trying to keep up right now. Right now, it's like you're embracing an old pattern. You're embracing the darker side of the shadow side of Leo. Don't embrace that shit. Shut it down. Okay? It's almost like you're giving somebody a pass. It's like, well, I can understand that. I've been there, so I'm going to give them a pass. How much do they really have to offer you? Because I don't think it's a whole lot. And I just heard from Spirit, but they're nice. Okay, and I feel like you're daydreaming. And somebody's looking at you like, it's almost a little bit of a using energy, and it's like you're not. It's like you've got the rose-colored glasses on, Leo. Not okay. I would say if this situation, the other side of this situation, had done more healing, does it have potential? Yes, but you have to stay out of your shadow side. You are being taught something about this, but you need to have constraint and restraint with yourself that you're not gonna let yourself get caught up in the way you used to take in people. Okay? It's going to cause a lot of turmoil when it comes to your happiness because you're not, Spirit's calling it reacting from a healthy place. And if you're in a healthy place, you're not going to react, you're going to respond. So you need to be mindful of that. What is this door to personal healing and happiness, Spirit? I just said, you're not going to be happy, right? Two of Pentacles, Five of Swords. Self-sabotaging energy there, Leo. Be very mindful. You need to put your boundaries up right now and pay attention. There's more healing in the emotions that need to be done. A lot of emotional energy coming out, which I'm surprised because I think the full moon coming up is in Virgo. Are you being breadcrumbed? I think it's a very simple message, Leo. Like, you look at your situation plus this information that I just gave you. It's like, how much effort does this person truly put forward? Or the situation truly put forward for you? Advice for Leo, Spirit. Clock, needing time. It's like you're bouncing back and forth. Like, charmed and used. Backstabbing. Oh, but it feels good. This is a karmic relationship. Pay attention to the energy as it comes in. You're repeating. You're repeating something that might feel like home to you. Was home a healthy place when it was said and done? Pay attention to that energy. Because you're going to have some decisions you're going to have to make. And this could rock your foundations. So be very mindful. And Spirit's even saying too, like, this is a weird side message, Leo. If you guys have been dealing with health issues, and let's hypothetically say, and P.S., I'm not a doctor, right? I'm not giving medical advice, but I want you to think about this. If you were on some kind of medication, maybe upwards of 3 years ago or something like that, and you go back to the doctor, like, say you got off because you had a bad reaction to it or something, or didn't do anything for you, whatever it might have been, and you go back to the doctors now, and they're like, well, let's do this again. And you're like, well, okay, fine. Did it work the last time? Like, you've had an experience here with something. If it didn't work, it didn't work. You don't go back to that because it might make you feel okay for a minute. So I don't know. Pay attention. It's like, I don't know, somebody's feeding you a lot of bullshit. I'm not a fan. All right, Virgo. All right, Virgo. Spirit, what does Virgo need to know this week? The 18th, 19th. The 19th through the 25th. Virgo. Same, you gotta be shitting me. Same card as Leo. Distraction, Cancerian energy, protection, helix, eye of the god. 14 could be a very important number. Spirit's actually directed me back to Valentine's Day. What happened then? Because I feel like your guard went up. I feel like you're trying to crawl out of a situation here, Virgo. Ooh, I got the chills. Whatever you're trying to pull yourself out of at that point, this gives me, it's an eerie vibe. Like, someone's watching you or telling you, they're not even, I wouldn't even say telling. How do I put this? It's like they're watching every move you make. They're trying to, like, it's almost like trying to keep you off of their tail. Keep you off of knowing something, right? Like, they're not being transparent. And you feel like you need to get up and go. You need to get up and you need to move and you need to leave a particular situation, whether this is a relationship, work, whatever. And you may think that you're okay, regardless, kind of like trying to fly under the radar, but you're not. So I'm going to say this, like, on an economical stance, like, if you're working and there's cuts and things are happening and you think that you're okay, or that they're not paying attention to you, not true. They're keeping you distracted, but they're watching you. Whatever that means for you. What is this for Virgo this week? Spirit is saying foresight and insight. There's a difference. What is this energy for Virgo this week? Happy family comes out in the reverse, cornucopia, and man holding heart. This is kind of like, whatever this is has the ability to create a lot of upheaval. And I feel like in this distracted energy, they're trying to keep you very optimistic. And I think you're standing in this optimism. Like, I almost want to say to you guys, you probably don't believe the things that I'm saying to you right now. Yeah, no, it's going to be fine. It's going to be good. Spirit said give it 4 weeks or 14 days. Put it on your calendar, Virgo. Put it on your calendar, because I guarantee you that whatever this is that you're trying to stay optimistic about takes a turn. And Spirit just said for the worst. Don't be led to believe something that your gut is telling you is not the truth. What is this for Virgo? Happy family in the reverse. Man holding heart. Alright, happy family, the world card. This is finito. Whatever this is, it is finished. It is done. Don't think that, your job's going to, and this is horrible. I'm not trying to fearmonger anybody. But if this is like a job thing, take a look at our economics around you. Take a look at the situations. Like, it's not as clear cut as you think it is. And, with Aquarius, it is trusting in ourselves. It is trusting in something greater than us. Because there are things that we cannot see that are being hidden from us and will be for some time. This is like Spirit's test to you to go, are you paying attention? Even if you don't know And it's like they're not asking you to speculate. They're asking you to stay clear of the distractions because this is coming to a close. And honestly, it's a successful completion because it's going to protect you from other things that are going to happen in the future in that situation. The Emperor and the Justice card. You cannot control this. It's like you think this is fair and balanced, but you're going to get something outside of this that's going to be far more appropriate for you in love and money. The Hierophant and the King of Pentacles. This could very well be a company situation. I've got the Emperor, the Justice card, the Hierophant, the King of Pentacles. Those are all key players. You're one of many. You are one of many here. And if they're not offering you something substantial, or they're giving you just enough to keep you feeling optimistic, you need to pay attention to that because it's bullshit. All right? There's a whole lot of major arcanas, Virgo. Your world's getting ready to massively change. Be prepared. Be prepared. All right, Libra. 4114. Ain't that crazy? I'm gonna hold on one second, guys. All right, Libra. Let's get down to it. 4114. Significant number 55. Chain. Oh my gosh. What do you all have going on? They just threw the whole deck at me. Libra, what is happening? What is happening for you guys right now? Spirit just said this full moon. Courage, generosity, limitless. Listen, whatever these it's like once I get halfway through the zodiacs, doing it this way, with the timestamps, you know, the whole way through the wheel here, that energy, I always feel that, Libra. Once I get to you in Virgo, it's like kaboom. The shit changes, and I think that's indicative too to the viewers that I have. You have got to play nice, and it's like whatever has happened before, you cannot put a cap on how things are going to play out. You have got to stop going like I keep seeing that consequence card in this deck, and it says to me, like, what you're living out right now is you put a cap on things before by whether it was a behavior, a pattern, a habit, whatever this was. And now all of a sudden you've shifted into some kind of other way. And it's like you're expecting everybody else to get on board with that way. You could say they don't know this version of you, but it's like limitless, it to me is going, you're expecting everybody to toe a line that you just now got on yourself. And it's almost like you're stepping into this in like a masterful sense and going, this is my new way. And nobody else knows what to do with that because they're used to dealing with this other version of you. And it's almost like you have to create a period of adjustment. Like you're going to have to be more ginger, more calm, more, not even calm, but more understanding as to what people have dealt with you and what is changing. You've made up your mind on something here that says this could be wonderful, which is a good thing. Kudos, Libra. But you have to give other people or situations or whatever the adjustment period with grace. It's almost like you need to prove yourself again. That's going to require courage and strength. It's like you're morphing into a different being, and you expect everybody to just jump into that. You've got to give it time, because I feel like whatever pattern you were in it for like the long haul. And now you're shifting, which is, for you moving forward, it's a very positive thing. So it's something that you need to do, but you got to give other things time and space to get caught up to where you're going. Okay, I hope that's making sense for you, because it's kind of like you're not understanding why people are maybe pushing against the grain or enforcing boundaries still with you. And it's because they don't understand overnight how you are changing, which is a positive change. But this is a cycle where I almost feel like Spirit is testing you, that you're going to have to stay on that vibration. I think that's why there's some pushback right now, is because it's like, are you going to remain there? Because it's like within you, it's there. It's always been there. Whatever this is has always been within you, whether it's more love, more compassion, more honesty, more forthright, whatever. But it's, Spirit is also saying it's about the delivery of it. Like if you broke, let's just use this as an example. I'm not saying this is what happened, no shade, but as an example, you broke somebody's trust. Maybe the last 2 years you've been in a relationship, and there was a lot of lies, deception, you weren't being forthright. It's kind of like, well, I told you some of it, so that was the truth. I just didn't say anything. One of those kind of deals. But now all of a sudden you've taken this approach of, I am being honest. So now people are maybe doubting your honesty because, you know, you didn't tell them the whole truth. You know, maybe told a half a truth and this left other parts out. So now they're like, well, can I trust you? And you're changing. Again, whatever this is, it doesn't have to be that scenario. You're changing back to a higher vibrational self. But can you stay consistent? And I think that's the fear coming from the other side of whatever situation you're in, is, are you going to stay consistent, or is this just going to be like a for now thing? And Spirit is pushing you to have to stay in that vibration. Can you hold on to that? Can you hold that space for yourself? So, very interesting energy. Very interesting. Carrying connections coming out in the reverse, storm warning. Everything I just said, Libra, everything I just said. It's like, as this ending comes in, angel of love, she's got to be compassionate because look at what the past has brought, right? People are familiar with the past you, and understandably so. And this has to do with your love, your compassion, your stability, your security, your groundedness, your root, your heart. And, you know, you are one of the rulers of the heart chakra, Libra. And I feel like it's creating inner turmoil for you because you're not understanding. It's like you're trying to think your way through this balance. And you can, to a point, but you also have to understand the other side of this situation. Carrying connections is, it's like, again, others are just kind of emitting this boundary with you, going, I don't know if I want to go there with you again because I remember what happened before. Or this is the version of you that I know. How do I know you're sincere this time around? So I don't know if this is you or someone else you're dealing with, but I do feel, Libra, like this is your energy. But, you know, it's going to be different for all of you. What is this carrying connections about, Spirit? Two of Swords. It is. It's a space of indecision in choices. And I feel like this is part of the consequence to the choices, the healing of the choices that have been made in the past. Backstab, betrayal, hurt, pain, all that stuff, right? You've got Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy, the Strength card, which is Leo energy. You've got Courage here twice. This is also Sag energy as well for me. King of Pentacles. Can you stay in a mature space of this grounded energy despite whatever's being thrown your way? This is a test of your adversity, a test of your strength, a test of your courage when it comes to being honest. And there is, like, you knew one day, it's kind of like the boy who cried wolf, call it that, right? You knew one day that this was coming. Somebody here is remembering all of the pain and the regret and the hurt from the past. And I feel like it's twofold. I feel like it's you and another person. You got the King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. You got the King of Wands back here. Sag energy again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And then the Justice card, Libra, there you are, showing itself out of the deck there. This is, can you sustain a fair, equitable balance moving forward? Spirit's saying, you know exactly what this is. Exactly what this is. All right. 2 tens. Major endings, Libra, and major new beginnings are on the horizon. Camera, reminiscing, making memories. It's like you're wanting to forget the past and just move on and come in with genuineness. We'll call that, since I can't talk today. But if you're dealing with somebody, let's just say this isn't you, Libra. If you're dealing with somebody who could not keep their shit straight or could not keep their story straight, there's a lot about communication. Would you trust them again? If someone's lied to you 1,000 times over, would you trust them one day when they finally do tell the truth? That's how this feels to me. Advice for Libra Spirit. Healthy choices. You are. And I will say this to you, Libra. I do think you're making better choices, but this is... Somebody at some point said, I've had enough. So they just shut it down before it gets started. And you're kind of feeling like, why are they not giving me my accolades here? Why are they not giving me a chance? Look at the past situation, would you? You know, you need to take a look at the past. There's been a lot of backstabbing to a situation. And it's like they're taking whatever you say, or you're taking whatever someone else says with a grain of salt based on the prior experience. Okay? Yeah, anxiety. There you go. It's stressing you out, but you're going to have to stay the course, Libra. All right, Scorpio. Scorps, what's going on? How have you guys been? Thank you for all the likes, shares, subscribe, comments. All of you, though, not just Scorpio, but you guys are incredible. I appreciate each and every single one of you. All right, Scorpio, what's going on here? Scorpio, 19th through the 25th. What's happening for Scorpio? Scorpio, you're discerning a lot right now. It's almost like you're collecting information. I don't feel like you're writing things down, but it's like you're making mental note of various things. What is this? Destiny, the hunt. Scorpio, I got the chills from my toes the whole way to the top of my head. It's like radiating up me. The hunt, protection, sisterhood, card of Taurus, creation, fragility, and love coming in. You're ready to start something new here. There's something that your soul is taking you down a path, and guess what, Scorpio? Hell yeah. You are looking at both sides of everything you're coming across and going, how does this affect me 15 years from now? What lessons have I learned? What am I not going to do again? And if you can't show up correct, don't show up at all. And it's almost like you are living your life, right, as you go. But also, there's another part of you that is like God, spirit, universe, angels, ancestors, guides. What else? What else you got for me? Because I'm ready. Like, you're locked, loaded, fired, ready to roll. It's a good energy to be in, and I feel like there's a lot of strength that comes with this. Like, you have become a hell of a pillar in your own world. Appreciation, attachments in the world. Whatever cycles, Scorpio, 14, 15, and 17, that you have been in where you've had to make choices in the past, like you're being faced with new choices and opportunities. 11, there's a heavy emphasis on the 11. You want to make sure this time around that it's like you're doing your due diligence on people, places, things, work. I'm going to use this example. I said this to somebody just yesterday, and it makes perfect sense. When we go for a job, right? We go in and we're nervous, and we've got our resume, and we want to sell our best selves. Yes, I am perfect for this job. I want this job. Here's all my attributes. do we ever look at the employer and go, are you worthy of me? Right? Are you going to uphold your end of the deal? Are you a good fit for me? Are you interviewing the interviewer? Make sense? Because that's what's happening here, Scorps. 11 again. You are interviewing those that are picking you, that are choosing you. Before, you would have just taken on whatever it was and said, oh boy, they like me. Oh boy, this is the job. They hired me. Oh boy, there's this. Oh boy, this, or oh boy, this is that. I'm going to say too, even if you have clients or anybody you're engaging in, whether personally, professionally, whatever it is, you're not just jumping in because they're showing an interest in you. You're looking at them and going, are you worthy of me? You have flipped the script. Hell to the yeah, Scorpio. I am looking at you as much as you are looking at me. And if you don't fit and it feels weird, thank you. I appreciate you, but no thank you. You are starting to put people in the hot seat that you have felt pressurized under in the past for yourself. It's a hell of an energy to be in here, Scorpio, and I love it. 2 of Wands. Like, you're going to give things time. You're going to sit under your tree. You're going to be that tree sitter. But you're also going to recognize the patterns. You might take in an experience, but then you're going to sit with it. And you're going to emotionally look at it and go, does this make sense for me? Because in the past, it's like, oh, they gave me a little bit of love, so I'm going to love them even harder. And you got left alone. Okay? You're not playing by those rules anymore. What is this for Scorpio spirit? Appreciation. Page of Cups, Knight of Wands. It is. It's like you're flipping it back around and going, look, I said about that 11, right? Look there. 4 of Wands, the 11-11 card. Wish fulfillment. The Queen of Wands. Discerning, taking action, being assertive, knowing your value and your worth. You know what feels good to you, what feels right. The Sun, the 2 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups. I just went 6 back instead of 5, but we're going to take it. How does it affect you? Can you help balance what's coming in for me? Are you going to give back what I'm putting out? Like, you really are. Like, you are flipping. I just see this as you flipping the script and going, this is what I got. What do you got? You're pushing back and going, you have got to do everything that you expect me to do. Like, and it's like every difficult experience, Scorps, has been one that you value because it's taught you this. And so it's like, if I don't feel like this is going to work, I'm going to turn my back to it. And I talked about in your reading for mid-February, the world being at your fingertips. There it is again. You get to decide, finally, you've taken enough power over your destiny and where you're heading to go, I get to make these decisions. I get to decide what direction I am going. And if you're going, are you worthy of going with me? Like, I love this. I love it. It's such a powerful energy. Such a powerful energy. Because Spirit is saying that not all are meant to go with you. And you know that. You absolutely know that. Date. Get back out there, meeting someone new, setting a date online. Again, this is like, your dates are like interview processes. You think about it. You go to sit down with somebody, you want to get to know them, right? You want to know more about them. So whether this is dating, a new job, a new whatever, again, you're like interviewing them and going, can you meet me there? Can you match me toe for toe? Because if not, there ain't nothing less than love call. You could have somebody expressing themselves, but Scorpio, I also feel like you're expressing yourself going, I've got anything that I want available to me. Prove to me why you're the person, or you're the job, or you're that friend. And I don't feel like you're putting pressure on them. You're just kind of sitting back, locked, loaded, ready to roll, and addressing it where you need to for you. Reminiscing, making memories, learning from the past. Love, call, and blow and kiss. If it's not unconditional love, if it's not coming in to fulfill you emotionally, again, it doesn't matter what the situation is in your world. No, thank you. I'm not locked into X, Y, and Z just because we've had a conversation. I'm not locked into this job just because we had an interview and you hired me. You are absolutely discerning your worth, Scorpio, this week. Fuck yeah. Truly. Like, this is amazing. Good for you. Good for you. And here's the thing. I think, Scorpio, you've dealt with runners, and you put an end to a lot of things in the past, and even now, like, you're willing to say no if you need to. You've been a little bit of fear around it, but it's kind of like each time you have a situation and you're processing it with this energy, you're getting a little more confident in it. So just keep going. Just keep going. Is it a vibrational match to you? Okay. All right, Saggy. 14 again. 10114, Sag. What's going on? February 19th to the 25th. What's happening for Sagittarius, Spirit? Saggy. Distraction, fragility, signal. I think this came up for you recently, did it not? That signal? To me, it's the crux, right? And, Sag, your foundations. I feel like you're pissed this week at some point. There's a nervousness, there's a tension there. Sag, this may feel so extremely uncomfortable to you right now. But it's like the things that are happening could be just mind-blowing to you. Like, you see the red flags, but it's like you're trying to talk yourself out of a knowing. Don't talk yourself out of what you know to be true. If that's what you see, it is what it is. Attachment, I talk about that hesitancy with you guys all the time. There it is again. She's just sitting there waiting. What are you waiting for? I feel like I say this, I feel like I've said this to you 3 weeks in a row now. What are you waiting for? They're showing you. They took the mask off. There are things going on right now that are showing you exactly what this is. Whether it's love, work, and I'm going to tell you, Sag, I feel like it's going on in every avenue of your life. You guys, I feel like you're going through the beginnings of a dark night of the soul. I truly, truly do. And you've got a ways to go yet. So you're going to prolong this change for so long as you refuse to accept it for what it is. And this week, there's red flags going off left, right, and sideways. And you're just like, I'm going to stay put. This all tied up is like the hangman to me. Because there's so much disappointment in situations that you just don't want to move. It's like you're frozen in time. Just, I can't. I won't. I don't want to move. I don't want to see this. I don't want to address this. And I mean, it's like an explosion. There. Temperance, there you are, Sag. You look at both of these cards. Look at the mind space. It's chaos. It's overthinking. It's sleepless nights. It's anxiety. It's pressure. It's not seeing things. It's not knowing what direction to turn. This is a dark night of the soul, Sag. And if you don't know what that is, look it up. Temperance, there you are. Your own desires, your own beliefs, they are all being blown away. You feel like it's almost like the wrath of hell has come down over your head right now. And you feel stuck. You feel stagnant. You don't know what to do. Guess what, Sag? It's time to go within. Virgo. You could have started to see shifts around Virgo season 2, and here you are to stay or to go. It's time to go, Sag. You can't sit on this forever. Either you're going to make a move or you're not. And if you're not, you're going to prolong your agony. So if this is like Spirit is saying confirmation, and there, I just seen 444 on the clock. You've got a 4 here, a 4 here, a 4 here. Foundations. Like, it's time. It is time, Sag. It is time. Do not prolong your misery. What is advice for Sagittarius? You know, things may not work out the way you wanted them to with this Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, but if it's not meant for you, it's not meant for you. Be in a space of acceptance of that. Advice for Sag. Your commitments need to change. This is forcing a healing, dead, done, and over with, the coffin. New beginnings, liberation, reborn, transition, tragic endings. Commitment coming out in the reverse, and healing heart. When things come to an end, you have to be accepting of it and step into this healing. Temperance, healing. Healing the heart. The past does not, you do not belong to the past. That attachment is to the past. Your life is changing, Sag, whether you want it to or not. And I feel like you're even having a hard time committing to healthy choices for yourself. Like it's like, I could, but I won't. I should, but I'm not. Like, I'm sorry if I'm like beating on you guys lately, but I'm just, believe it or not, a loving space here saying to you, I've been through that dark night of the soul more times than I care to count. And if you fight this, when you think it can't get any worse, guess what? Spirit's like, hold my beer. Because you're going to feel it even harder because you ain't paying attention or you're refusing to see it. Let the dust settle, Spirit is saying. Recognize things for what they are. The Two of Cups, the Lovers. Six of Swords. It's time to move on, Sag. And what's funny to me is if this is a relationship, that other person knows that you know that this is the end. And it's like they may have taken the brunt of making a lot of decisions in the past. And now they're waiting for you to make the final judgment call. And you don't want to, because that means everything's going to change. And I'm going to leave you on that. Leave you with that note. All right. Capricorn. All right, hang on one. Didn't write Aquarius down. Oops. And then Pisces. All right, Capricorn. 1740. All right, Capricorn. What's going on with you guys? I hope you're doing well. All right. They don't want to shuffle. Capricorn. What's going on for Capricorn, Spirit? Well, that flipped and then flipped back over. Bond. Sacrifice. Instantly, Spirit said sacrificial lamb. Did I not say to you last week? I think I did. About your partnerships. Pisces energy, Pisces season, which is right around, and it was funny because I was thinking to myself as I was writing down Aquarius, oh gosh, are we still in Aquarius season? Yeah, barely, right? We're getting ready to move into Pisces season. And then that card comes out, and fear. Spirit saying, once again, Capricorn, you don't know where you belong, and you could have been the sacrificial lamb for somebody else's bullshit. They pretended to care, they pretended to love, they pretended to have your back, and guess what? Either you're going to sacrifice them or they're going to sacrifice you. I don't know what it is with you Zodiacs here on the end of the wheel here lately, but it's been something else. Look at this, storm warning and angel of love. What did I just say? They could have pretended to have your back, and the whole time, the shit was a brewing in the background. You're going to have to walk away from this, and you know it. It's almost like Spirit is saying like 2 weeks or 2 seconds into the fact that you got re-involved in something, you knew it wasn't right, but you did it anyhow. Whatever that was, whatever reuniting or reconciliation that had happened, you knew then, 13, the death card, this wasn't going to last. If somebody showed you who they were before, You best believe them, because they're not, like, people don't change in a matter of 4 months, whatever that's about. Spirit said 4 months. They don't change in 4 months. They could have fed you a line of shit and pretended to care left, right, and sideways. They stood to gain something, and you were going to be the sacrifice in the process for them to have a gain. What the hell? You've just started off on a new year, a new lunar cycle for yourself. Hold on to your power. Walk away from the things that don't serve you. Don't self-sabotage. Somebody pretends for a hot second they give a shit. That was quick to suspend, wasn't it? You knew instantly there is some connection in your life, and I don't care where it fits, work, home, family, friends, love. You knew instantly that there was something about it, and it's not even like they necessarily said or did something. You felt the energy attached to it. But you're like, oh, give it a chance and see how it goes. There you are. Give it a chance. Look what it's leading to. You can't make it up. You see, you guys, this is why, I mean, I would never not shuffle on camera to begin with, but this is why, because you see what, you hear the cards shuffle, you see them shuffle if you can't see them. There you go. It's betrayal. It's self-sabotage. It's taking yourself back into a space of disappointment. This feels more disappointing than it feels like hurt. It's just like, 8 of Swords. You knew better. And this person, this situation rushed in for you, Capricorn. Maybe you were looking for something, you're seeking something. It's almost like you were looking for either advice or spirits, like a tool in a tool shed. I don't know what that's about. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you borrowed a chainsaw off the neighbor, and now they're like, I'm going to sue you. I want my chainsaw back. But you gave it back to him. I don't, the hell if I know. But, oh, now there's a requirement to distance ourselves from this situation, because once again, we're seeing it for exactly what it is. Spirit said one more. You seen that? 4 of Swords, look at this. Taking a time out from a partnership of some sort, or collaboration, or a working unit. A pause. And we've seen that Hangman, Virgo energy, needs to happen. Like, if you want to, nothing, look at this. 8 of Cups, 10 of Swords, the Death card, get the hell out of here. The High Priestess. The only success you're going to have is when you walk away from this. Dead, done, over with. Vamoose. Bon voyage. C'est la vie. Like, I'm out. I'm out to live my best life. Spirit said, I told you so. You commit to things, Capricorn. You hang in there. But you don't always see what the other person's intentions are. It's almost like you try to ignore it. Soulmates. Addictions, seduction, love call, poker face. It wasn't about you, it was about them. So whatever they're gaining, it was about them, not you. You just happened to be the sacrifice to get to where they wanted to go. And now you see it. All right, Aquarius. 1, 13, 30. Good golly. All right, Aquarius. Happy birthday season once again to you guys. It is almost over, so I hope that your birthdays have been fantastic. Fantastic. And that all is well. The Hunt, same card as Scorpio there. I like that dynamism. Oh, Aquarius. Good stuff. Good stuff. Pride. Ego check, Aquarius. I feel like you guys are kind of like dashing off into the sunset, which is cool, right? It's all good. Looking for, Spirit said, the next best thing. Good deal. We can live with that. You have to keep your ego in check, though. Okay, it's like if you're finding yourself at the top of the mountain, right? I'm going to use this example. You maybe small town, you built yourself up from nothing, you're up on the top, right? You're living your best life. Things are good. You're optimistic for the future. Nothing can go wrong. Just about that time, guess what? Something will go wrong. Murphy's Law, if you will. Spirit is just saying to keep yourself in check, no matter how good it is. I forget, I don't know if it was Scorpio's last week or something, but I even said something to the effect of, it was Scorpio's mid-February, actually. Don't think because everything is so good that something can't go wrong, because we're always learning lessons. It's a fine line between the good parts of the ego and the negative parts of the ego. So be careful with that. Like, yes, you can want more. Yes, you can wish for more. Yes, you can manifest more. Just make sure that it's coming from the right space, Aquarius. Okay? Second chakra. Those are your desires. Some Leo energy here with the angel of strength as well. And then behind that is the attachment. That is the ego in this deck. And then you've got the magician behind him. When we're manifesting from that place, and we're letting our desires overrule soul growth, that can really, it's almost like stabbing yourself in the back. That puts a real pickle in your plans. So yes, be courageous, be confident, be bold, be assertive, but don't let that be the only thing. Okay? Keep the ego in check. It's like, stay humble. There you go. Own it in. Thank you, Spirit. There's the Empress, the Star. There you are. 10 of Pentacles. Everything, Aquarius, looks good, but you have to stay humble. There's the Devil, Capricorn energy. You've got to keep your shit in check. And watch the friends and the connections that you're making. Somebody could even say something like that to you. It's like, heart, what about love? Like, yeah, we want this, we want to do that, all the financials, all the practical, all the tangible, all of these things. But what about love? Are you loving? And I don't know if I just said this or I didn't, but I was at least thinking it. You have to incorporate love, Aquarius. And that's something that you guys tend to struggle with, is that loving sense. You operate, when you're operating from that solar plexus chakra, incorporate the way that it makes you feel. Your desires that are true in nature, they don't give instant gratification, and they help you maintain things. They don't make you think that you can't have a downfall. Just be very careful on the line that you're teetering there, because your choices are going to tell the truth in your external world. Okay? So incorporate love into every situation for the right reasons, too. For the right reasons. Advice for Aquarius. Wedding rings, partnerships again, commitment. Commit yourself to a way of being. I do think you're getting yourself back out there. I think you're meeting new people. Maybe, you're leaps and bounds ahead of what I'm getting is like you're leaps and bounds ahead of maybe where some of the new friends that you have, maybe you've built up a good retirement fund. I don't know, this is just an example, and they don't have anything, and it's almost like you're taking the lead role, which is cool, right? Be a leader, not a follower, right? But don't think that you've mastered it. Have any of us truly ever mastered anything completely? Probably not. Don't let your head take you above where you actually are. Don't let your head get so far up in the clouds that you're not grounded in reality. There may be a specific person too that where was I going with this? I just lost my train of thought. I don't know. I'm going to leave that go. I'm going to let that go. Moss. Think about moss. It's watery. Stay in that water energy. Okay? I'm going to leave it at that. It just came in and went out. Leave it at that. Okay? But I have no doubt you know. All right. Pisces. Pisces. 1/19/28. All right, Pisces. Let's see what's happening for you guys this week. The 19th through the 25th. Pisces, I just put your reading out yesterday. Yeah, right? Yeah, that was you guys. So I have cancers to do. Jeez Louise, my brain. All right, Pisces, February 19th through the 25th. What does Pisces need to know, Spirit? Strength, courage, and spirit. Just that optimism. Sagittarius card, acclaim. Vows, Pisces, there you are. The bond. La da da. Pisces, I think your season is going to be beautiful for you. You're standing in convictions, and happy birthday this week. We're moving into your season. Heck yeah. I hope if you get early Pisces birthdays, happy early birthday to you. You're reaching out, touching out, reaching for more, desiring more. Something specifically too that you're working on. It's like, put a fork in that bitch. Like, I did it. Woohoo. Like, whatever that is for you, put a fork in it. I did it. So there's some kind of congratulatory energy here that says, I accomplished whatever this was. And it could be something so simple too. That's the funny thing, Pisces, is I feel like it's almost like you could have just talked to somebody, or maybe you got your first intuitive download, or, you know, maybe you started walking or running and you hit a milestone with that for yourself. Like, yes, I did it. Like, there's so much excitement, and then it's like, I did this, and you can just rest. You're like, I knew I could do this. Like, your courage and your confidence is building, Pisces. Like, I don't know. It's a really cool energy. I like the way that feels. So, as your solar return happens, I said or lunar return earlier for somebody, Jesus. Your solar return happens. I'm losing my mind. That it's like, you're just feeling very independent and doing it for yourself. So I feel like the little wins for you are big deals right now, because it's showing you how much strength of character. I said it's like celebration, right? Celebratory. 3 of Cups comes out with that. A lot of threes. So the mind, the body, and the spirit could be getting on the same track with one another. Knight of Wands, 8 of Swords. I feel like you're leaving that behind. That's a good positive vibration to be in, Pisces. I know your reading that I did was a little crazy. I think that's got to do with the full moon, and maybe that's the thing that you're overcoming this week. The Sun and the Hermit, great introspection, learning, giving and taking. The Tower, you're not allowing someone to take from you anymore. I think they kind of put the nail in their coffin with some kind of action and or words, but it's being illuminated. And Pisces, whatever this is, it's like, I'm going to say this because this just came through. You finally went and filed divorce papers. Bake yourself a cake. You ever see one of those divorce cakes? I wish I would have had one. That's horrible, but it's funny, and yet it's not, and that's my 6 Scorpio sense of humor there. This leads to an illumination that makes you feel good, and now you're ready to do the inner work. You have learned a lot, and you're letting those lessons be the guide for what comes next. Old school. Whoop. All kind of cards. The Runner, fear of intimacy, running away. Twin flames, yin-yang balance, union, duality, complementing polar opposites. I would say with this, what is this for Pisces advice? You're shutting something off. God forbid, like I use the idea of a divorce, but this is shutting down the way that you gave love or did love or something like that, right? Like where you were maybe super forgiving and understanding. You're just like, nope, I've learned to say no. This is more like I've learned to utilize the word no and not feel bad about it. The Runner, like I don't think you're running from things anymore. No, cutting it out. You're doing it. You're stopping that pattern of running from situations and not, you think about it like, expressing our boundaries and learning our boundaries too, Pisces, is, someone calling you and you don't have any time left in your day to do anything. You're maxed. And someone calls and says, hey, can you do X, Y, Z? You're like, you don't even think about it. You just go, sure. What time do you need me to be there? When do you need this done? And you don't say no. And now all of a sudden it's like, nope, I'm not going to run from the fact that I need to address myself here. And no, I just don't have time. I'm sorry, but no. It's like understanding that boundary line and just saying no. And that in itself is a victory, because you're like, shit, I did that. And like the world's still standing. Life is still okay. Nothing has like blew up. So it's learning the difference between yes and no, Pisces. Camera, reminiscing, making memories, learning from the past, and perception. Yeah, you're taking the mask off and you're committing to yourself and the things that are important to you rather than what someone else is demanding of you. So, good deal. I like this for you guys. Good stuff, Pisces. All right, guys, I am leaving it there. I hope you all have a fantastic week. The rest of the mid-Februaries will be out within a couple of days. They will all be out. I should be able to get all those out by Wednesday, crossing my fingers. No promises. And then March already, the end of the first quarter of the year already. Virgo full moon coming up. I don't know what date. I've got to look. I'm not positive. I am sending in back to Aries. I love it. I go to put the strength card back in. There's Aries. New calendar. A new zodiac wheel. A new beginning for all of us. Get ready. Get ready, guys. It's coming. All right. I'm sending you so much love, light, happiness. Take care of yourselves. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you have not done so. It's so appreciated. Personal reads are open and available. Description box below. Reach out to me that way for now. And for those of you who have donated, thank you so much for your love and support. I don't know what I would do without all of you. I will see you soon. Bye.